Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me is that guy, Tommy. And we got Big Mike.
Did we just back-to-back liner with Gail Kim, JC?
I am trying to manifest for being in the Rumble, okay?
Do we have to take this out of your hands now?
I
There are many other ones that we have available, and this is the second week in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Look, I am really trying to put it out there in the universe that she shows up at the Rumble, okay? That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
We have that great Don Juan one. We have an Izzy one. We have
a lot.
Tommy Sign being ripped up.
We need some more. I know.
We do need more.
I'm sure.
We need to be able to load more.
Look, fair warning. If she shows up at the Rumble, she might be the liner next week. But I'm just saying, I'm really trying to manifest it here.
And see, look, it's not even like I don't like her. I would love for her to be at the Rumble.
Yeah.
But come on, man. This show... No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Look, if we had a Lita one, I would make sure that one got played a lot, too. Don't worry.
All right, that's fair.
Okay.
You know what? That's a real bro. I take back everything I just said. Let's start the show, guys.
Let's start it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this week's episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. We're going to be talking, obviously, a lot about the Royal Rumble. The road to WrestleMania begins this weekend. It is a short card, but who's going to surprise? Who's gonna jump in? My wife has sent me her predictions as well, so we'll have those going on as well. So, by the way, if you have any cough in, this weather sucks. I hate it. Cold air always messes up with my allergies as well. So yeah, this has been horrible. I hate it. But
mine have been going crazy. My dad actually got a diagnosis from a doctor, so it's not COVID, but it's not good either. So he's got to stay home. My mom hasn't feeling well. My stepdaughter isn't feeling well. My wife is up and down. I just got through better after last week. It's not good.
Look, so you need an idea. If you're not from Texas, you need an idea how bipolar the freaking weather is. Obviously, we had a little bit of snow last week. Of course, that snow that came across the Gulf of... Look, let me just say it. When it was the Gulf of Mexico, there wasn't no crazy snowstorm, winter storm Enzo Amore blowing across and like blanketing everything. Gulf of America sucks. Okay, I think everybody in the South can agree with that. They got I think Louisiana 7-8 inches of snow, which is they're not prepared for. So, but this past Sunday we're at a tournament. It was actually, oh my God, it was in the 60s and 70s. It was nice.
Yeah,
could wear shorts. Literally about 2:15 in the afternoon, we're getting ready to go play the next game, and this front moves in, and the temperature drops about 10-15 degrees all at once.
Yes,
and it was
Yep.
So not fun, but still, this whole weather change up and out always messes with me a little bit, allergy wise and everything. So if you hear me mute a bit, I'm probably just blowing my nose real quick or having a cough. But anyway, let's start with a bit of wrestling news, and obviously on the WWE front, if you haven't heard by now, Triple H is going to be going into the WWE Hall of Fame this year when WrestleMania takes place in Vegas. He was surprised with the announcement by The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. It's kind of funny if you go watch the video because they're coming out and Triple H has no fucking clue what is going on, which is...
Oh, I thought you were just going to stop at clues. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. But it's just hilarious. Look at his face like, what is going on? What is going on here? And then making the announcement, he gets a little emotional. Yeah,
this is my show.
He's going to go kill Nick Khan for messing him up on the surprise. But
surprised he didn't say Tony Khan either.
Yeah, right. So guys,
he's next on
I'll
the
be
list,
honest with you. I thought it was going to be years down the road when Triple H was going to go in. I figured he was going to worry about everything else, getting the people in that he...
Well, he was, but clearly the rest of WWE wasn't.
So,
I was going to say,
that was definitely his plan, no doubt.
Yeah.
Plan on going in anytime soon, but I'm sure everyone just overrode him and just said, no, you're going in.
Your thoughts on it, Mike? I have to ask you first because there was a period of time in his career where you absolutely hated him.
Yes.
hated him so much. So what do you think?
The insinuation is that has stopped.
Yeah, okay. What do you think now that he's in the Hall of Fame? So,
It's a very controversial pick. This guy, tried to take over. First of all, much of my hatred does not just come from the Reign of Terror, but it comes from this man trying to erase Shawn Michaels and what he did, because he tried to come in after Shawn got injured and take over DX. And then we had to sit through. Guys, if you thought Cena was bad and that run of like lull Cena wins, let me tell you, if you're not yet old enough to go back to the Reign of Terror, Tommy, I'm just going to say WrestleMania 19, and then I'm going to stop talking and see what your face does.
Man,
whoa!
I'm still.
We got money.
Virgie, did you just give us a donation?
Is that what that means? I don't even know what that means. I've never seen
I
that.
assume so.
Yeah, I think so.
Bernsey.
Super chat.
Damn, Bernsey.
I think it's our first official super chat.
We're making money.
Yeah, there's no way there's no way that isn't, because we would have.
Yeah, we appreciate you, because eggs is a bitch now. So
that will buy us 1 dozen eggs. So thank you for that.
To split that
also, nobody tell Ted. So this is ours.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no. You said WrestleMania 19.
I'm being a little over the top. Obviously, I did. I really was not a big fan of him for a long time and what he did. And to another extent, I think JR said something to this effect one time. It's hard to judge the man's career when you married the boss's daughter. And,
true.
Obviously they've stayed together. They've had kids. They got a great family. So clearly, as far as the relationship goes, it seems like it was a great thing. But he was. Let's be honest. If you look back, okay, again, is he worthy of the Hall of Fame? Of course, he's one of the biggest names of the time.
Yeah,
but he was never quite as big as Stone Cold. Never quite as big as The Rock. I felt I legitimately did feel like he was trying to outdo Shawn things, where after Shawn has those 2 classic WrestleMania matches with Taker, what are the next 2 Taker matches at WrestleMania? Triple H. And then what does he have to do in the last one? Include Shawn in the super Hell in a Cell, end of an era. They're all walking out like wounded. I do feel
got the WrestleMania curtain call when it was all said and done, kind of thing.
So I do feel like there was a lot of that in his wrestling career. I have to say, as someone who runs the show, I got to give him a lot of credit for what he started in NXT, what he did with that whole group. That Dusty was down there, and then he was down there, and pretty much all the superstars of this generation kind of come out of that Dusty Triple H NXT era. So as much as I did dislike things about his wrestling, and when he kind of took over and was champion, then what he's done as a booker, you can't deny, has been pretty good stuff since he's been doing it. So,
it's funny you say that about Stone Cold and everything. Would Stone Cold be Stone Cold had it not been for the curtain call? Obviously that whole thing happened, and Triple H kind of took the brunt of it, right? Nash and Hall left. Shawn Michaels was the champion, and Triple H was next in line to win King of the Ring and possibly get elevated. For all we know, he could have won the Rumble in '97 that we were at.
I will say yes for this reason, and some people always seem to forget this. Stone Cold won the King of the Ring and had his Austin 316 speech, but that was not really the start of Stone Cold, because they didn't turn around right after that and put the rocket on him. It wasn't until he started changing the persona, but it wasn't until the Bret Hart feud and the first match at Survivor Series, and then that led to the WrestleMania match. That's what really propelled that. So I kind of feel, given that even if the curtain call hadn't happened, and is that your computer about to blow up?
Okay. Yeah, it's mine. It does that sometimes.
Even if that happened, I feel like with what with what Stone Cold became, he would have gotten there eventually. Now, would Triple H have become Triple H, or would he have Billy Gunn his King of the Ring?
Wow.
Sorry,
Well,
that
to be to be fair, years later he did win King of the Ring, and as we can tell, he didn't Billy Gunn that.
no, but years later.
yeah.
So
Yeah, things happen for
Wow,
a
that was
reason.
funny.
But no, I say I didn't even think he was going to go in this year because I thought he still has much more to do, and they were all going to look at what he did not just in the ring but outside of it. You mentioned NXT. NXT is basically his brainchild. Like he came up with that, proposed it, got it approved, was instrumental in setting up the performance center where it is, and it turned into what it's become. So that's where I figured years down the road when he's he might do it all at once and stuff like that. But it is kind of cool to see him get recognized for what he did in the ring for uh, his career in the ring as a wrestler. God, I hope there's a terrorizing joke in there somewhere.
I'm sure.
There's gotta be. There's no way.
Plus, one other thing, though. Let's
also.
also be honest. To a certain extent, this is also the continuation of moving WWE's identity away from "He Who Shall Not Be Named."
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like within this is also going to be them talking about how great the booking's been, how great the product has been over these last couple of years, and starting to, I think he's going to be the face of the company in that sense. Except when The Rock decides to stop making movies and show up and be like, "Oh, I'm on the TKO board, all about me," which he does ever so often. But I think Triple H is going to be that identity of WWE going forward as kind of like the official in the back who's running everything, which he pretty much is. So
yeah, for sure. Tommy, your thoughts on Triple H going into the WWE Hall of Fame?
WrestleMania 19.
I'm that notwithstanding, I mean, I think there should have been a rematch, like there should be a rematch now. I don't care if he can't run this. Triple H, Booker T should get to the scissor kick and take 45 minutes to go pin Triple H.
Oh my God!
And
in the past how at Hall of Fames they've done funny stuff like that, like Jericho and Foley. If they recreate that, I'm all in. Then forget everything I just said. I'll be like all in on
that. or as he's giving the speech, Booker T just kind of walks up, says, "So I think there's something I should bring up," and Triple H just like, wait. He just slowly lays on the ground. But Booker T just walks around him, checks his watch, looks at the crowd. It's all right. Then he pins.
My God.
And they gets us are we even? We're even. And just walks.
Since Booker's school is a WWID place, what about an ROW invasion on behalf of Booker T?
Could happen.
That'd be cool.
Could happen.
I also feel like Roxanne Perez having the women's title for as long as she did was also Triple H kind of saying, "Are we square now?" It's like we're getting there.
I didn't think about that.
He's like almost.
And
almost.
Bernsey, again, thanks for the show, but also this helped him a lot too.
Oh yeah,
those theme songs made him larger than life.
Motorhead,
with that voice and the different Evolution one and.
Evolution, and then
the funny part is I'll never forget going to an ACW show in Austin, and right down the street, Motorhead was playing at Stubbs, and we could hear.
What year was that?
Oh God, it was years ago when obviously Motorhead was still.
I think I remember this.
Spiro was still alive too. Because here's the funny part: we heard that he literally started playing Triple H's music, and all of us, it was like intermission. We were all doing this. And I think they filmed one of those little random backstage things that ACW always put out. I have to find it. Where that music hit, they put the camera on Spiro backstage. He's like, "What?" Because we always said he looked like Triple H. Yeah. So that was one of those things. It's iconic. They're synonymous, Motorhead and Triple H, and that was kind of thing. So
it is.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah.
But I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, and I don't think it's too soon, only because I feel like Triple H is he's not done with as far as his exec stuff, nowhere close. But wrestling wise, he's with the heart condition, everything, he's done. So it's like I like it. I love how people were like, it's like, well, how are we sure he's done? He literally has a heart condition, guys.
I think he has not like a pace, or maybe a pace or something. I think he has a stint or something.
I can't remember if he does or not.
Yeah,
a stint. I think he has a stint. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like guys, no, his in-ring career is over.
But I have a question.
It's
Okay.
Is he going to
Sure.
kick off the Hall of Fame with a big speech before he then gets introduced as a member? Because we can't have a big WWE show without him kicking it off with a speech. So is he going to be able to double duty that?
He'll find a way.
Well, my
He'll
thing
find
is
a way.
or is he going to give a speech with his headset on to tell the guys that, hey, the camera's in the wrong place?
He's going to record some
Over here.
voiceover with a curtain around, like the Raw over.
Oh, hold on. He has a pacemaker. That's what.
Oh, he has a pacemaker.
But also
Okay.
this is true. Not necessarily Triple H's fault, but also a true statement.
It's not too soon for the others are too.
Well, because some that have passed away, like Sid, who just passed away this past year, I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are expecting him to be put in posthumously, and that happened for too many more recently, where they're put in afterwards. So yeah.
Yeah.
But, no, it's obviously a big name to kick off this year's class, and it makes it seem like, because Victoria didn't go in yet, right? I think she's the next one we've been waiting for.
I don't think
so. But I know she just re-signed a Legends contract, so I feel like there's
already. Maybe not. I don't know.
Did I miss that? I feel like we've talked about that.
No, because Molly Holly and Ivory went in. I don't think she went in yet.
I feel like she hasn't, just because we were like, why on earth? But I don't think she's been under a Legends contract for a while.
No, not for a while.
She just recently re-signed one, from what I understand. So I think a lot.
She has.
So I think a lot of people expect her to be going in this year with
the next one.
Her coming back under the umbrella, if you will. So that'll be awesome for her.
Jazz hasn't gone in yet.
And look, Triple H, if you want to score bonus points, pay the money for the rights to tattoos. All the her theme song that she used. Yeah,
all the things she said. Yeah,
that was super cool with that character back then.
All right. Anything else newsworthy wise to discuss?
There's some local stuff, local or Texas stuff we'll talk about here in a moment.
No, let's get into it. What do you got?
Well, Tommy's got the show on Friday, which a lot of people have seen online, and then there's the one Saturday down at Rolling Oaks.
Okay.
So, but anything else from the big shows?
Nothing major that I've seen.
I don't think so.
I feel like, we just had a Saturday Night Main Event. I think that was like the biggest gate that they had at a Saturday Night Main Event so far. Was at the Frost Bank Center. Great job, San Antonio, for coming out and showing out.
Great job for paying way too high prices for tickets. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Angel, are you old enough to know what tattoo is? Come on. Probably because you played all the old 2K games.
I was gonna say she is a wrestling. Look. One of my favorite comedians. She's from Houston. She lives in. Her name's Roxy Hayes. She said the most accurate thing I've ever heard in my life. She said, "If you're black and you like Creed, Nickelback,
Evanescence,
others on the list like that," she said, "You, yeah, I think they were on there." She said, "Then you watched wrestling in the mid 2000s," and I was like,
"Yeah,
well, damn."
Perfectly true.
Saliva's on there too.
Yeah. Jesse and Diego after this.
I had a nickel every time I saw Jesse and Diego after doing extra.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess we didn't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
The Saturday night's main event and all the hybrid people.
Yeah. I don't have the.
Someone's already said that all those people will be world champion.
We got a good picture of like Key Vibes, Jesse Funaki. Who else?
It was K-Jax. So Casey Blackrose, we did get a great picture of.
I was about to say it was hard to get a good picture of
because he came down first and got Samoan Werewolf clotheslined. We got to check on the next full moon to make sure Casey doesn't turn. But K-Jax, Jay Young, and Armani Sage were the other security guards. I did message all of them congratulating them. K-Jax says he thinks he could have taken him. I appreciate it.
Somebody in the arena got a great picture of the hybrid champion Casey Blackrose lying
on the floor. I think it was it not Pink. I thought she shared it. I think it might have been Pink.
She shared it, but I don't know who posted it. But it was
okay.
hilarious.
I thought it was
the best part of when these events come through in San Antonio. You get to see everyone, all the extras, and all that stuff. I don't know. Obviously, we weren't there. So if you were there, were there any local talent working dark matches? Please let us know, like before or after the show, if there was any dark match talent. Calentita, for example, or somebody like that got to work in the ring.
So he's saying Diego was there. I didn't see Diego in that scene. Was he in another one that I missed? Because I don't think I was paying attention to every single. She was yelling, "Those are my friends."
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. No, I saw Jason on TV.
Yes.
During Shawn Michaels' entrance.
Yeah,
that's right. I saw Jason. Yeah.
Mike sent us a little screenshot to it.
Yeah, I said, and Jason, I hope you don't mind me sharing this because I said it to him too. I was like, "Look, you're on TV." He's like, still ugly. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, come on. I was like, come on,
bro.
But there were also some people at the TNA stuff on that Thursday and Friday, from what I understand, too. Some people.
So yeah, if anybody had anything, I'm sure they were involved somehow with the crew and everything like that.
Yeah.
But great. You gonna play a tune on that thing and summon a Dragon Sword? What's going on over here?
Is this just so you can put up the meme again about Tommy gave the whole crew crap for 5 days or 5 episodes?
Dude, don't tip me out because like people don't understand the trauma that I went through as a child during that week of those episodes, bro. 5 straight episodes. This man was just hoeing the Power Rangers. I was
look at this. For TNA on Thursday, one of the tape matches was Cora Jade versus Hyan.
Interesting.
Good was there. Good for her. Yeah, so Cora Jade's been showing up in TNA, like we talked about last week, going after Masha, excuse me. So that's kind of cool for Hyan. Her and like Vert Fixins, I feel like have been big names in Texas for the last couple of years, just waiting for the call from one of these big companies. I know we talk about like a lot of our local people, but they've kind of been, I feel like, on that list a little bit longer of like pick them up.
Yeah,
they are 2 names that I can immediately name who work their damnedest off to. But what I mean, not just when they're here, but like they go all over the world. Like they have been to Europe and Japan and all those places, and it's like like Mike, I'm just like, somebody just give them a contract. They prove they can do it. Just put their names on a piece of paper and put them on TV.
Oh, and I also saw that Angel and a bunch of people I saw online met the Hardys at the meet and greets.
Yeah,
pretty cool stuff.
Excuse me.
Wanted to go to that, but
I mean, for just those few days, San Antonio was kind of the center of the wrestling universe. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Not too bad.
If we get that bigger center and the Alamo Dome in that whole
Avenger, what is it called? Avengers? No, it's called. It has a weird name. What was it called? Like the whole
I
thing.
don't know what they're calling it.
I can't remember.
I feel like it was superhero related. That's what I was like, isn't it? Oh, anyways.
Well. I mean, given how many superhero stuff we have coming to this town, I wouldn't be surprised. True. So, once they do that, then we'll get WrestleMania one year, which I'm holding on.
Burns is calling for the Dragon.
Yeah, Burnsy. Yeah, Burns. You know what's up. I saw another meme. It said I couldn't sleep. All I could think about was how he played this flute dagger, and he had no mouthpiece.
All right.
I didn't fully understand it either, but it's whatever. You suspend a little disbelief.
But here's my thing: out of everything about that show, that part is the one that you question the most.
So the Dragon Dagger versus the Ocarina. What's more powerful?
Ooh. Ocarina.
Probably the Ocarina.
Because you only played like one note on the dagger. Yeah, you had one tune to summon a Dragon's Word, but Ocarina of Time, you had just like go anywhere. You transport,
Yeah. So yeah. As much as I love the Dragon Dagger, I gotta give it to Ocarina just to be fair.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna.
Now, I think Tommy would whoop Link's ass, but that's just my.
Well, yeah, that's a different thing. 2 cool things I just saw in here real quick. Angel talked about the Hardys and Jeff when he handed the belt said this was for your mama. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very
That's
nice.
a good dude.
Super sweet.
And then Jason said he ran into Eliana after the show. They were waiting for the wrestlers to head to their cars. Ellie was waiting for Rhea, but decided to leave. Then 10 minutes later, Rhea showed up.
God dang it.
So, Eliana, one of us.
One of us. But yeah,
no, that's cool.
Oh. Speaking of that, because she's posted on that, she said not someone from like the RCW crowd. I know she meant Jace or somebody else recognized me in the crowd. I put on her status. I don't know why to keep telling you this, but you're famous. She said not yet. I'm like, woman.
Yeah, she's too humble for her own good sometimes. But
I will teach
Angel,
her.
I saw Rhea. She definitely waved at me. Hey, if you saw her and she waved in your direction,
you know what?
It counts.
It works.
Angel, I'm not taking that from you because if Rhea waved in my in the direction I'm currently.
If I was sitting in the left side of the arena and she waved at the left side of the arena, I'm counting that as mine. So 100%.
Yep. Feels like what's his name from Mad Max Fury Road. He looked at me.
What's up, Sean? We're just
Sean?
talking and being dumb, us.
And randomly throwing in Power Rangers lore.
All right.
Am I just seeing this news here?
I have other cosplay weapons.
JD McDonough, he
one
punctured his lung, has a broken rib.
No, that was announced. That was brought out yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm just seeing it. That bump was nasty, by the way.
Yes, and
yeah.
That was it looked bad. A lot of people were like, why didn't they stop that? But apparently it wasn't the concussion. It was like he couldn't breathe because he kept going. And then because at first people were like, why did y'all keep attacking his head? It wasn't that. Then the man kept he did a flipping moonsault and other moves that require the the body to
the midsection of his body. He was just like, you know what? What the hell? I'll just do this. So, no.
Good. Props for finishing that match with what he was dealing with. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got to give him that. I heard a rumor about the women's rumble.
No, we'll talk about it in a bit. Don't worry. Hang in there. So,
if it's Tessa Blanchard, I don't.
Instant boost. All right.
She's also booked for this coming weekend, and I don't know how that's going to go.
Well, she's in the match with La Leona, so.
Like I said, I don't know how that's going.
I don't know if you saw. I shared the promo she put up for that one, Alejandra. So sorry, tell her I love her. So.
Well, what is going on this weekend locally, Tommy? I think you have the card in front of you for a show. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So this Friday, 2 days in fact, is VIP Wrestling's Queen's Gambit. The all-women's show to crown the first ever VIP Women's Champion. There have been some card changes, of course, because Jordan Grace was scheduled to appear, but as we all heard, she has been recently signed. In her place has been announced Mercedes Martinez, Viperous, and ROH Women's Champion Athena.
Wow.
So I'm expecting Brendan to show up.
He doesn't drive. He just magically appears.
He just magically appears. Oh no, I'm driving. He just like, hey, Tyler, what the hell?
He's like, I made a deal a long time ago with my soul, so I just have to show up wherever she is. So.
It's like, yeah, but why in my car? It's like you're the person I knew who was going that way. It's like I'm like, why does that make?
Yeah, it's like the magic's very practical. Like it doesn't just portal me there; it gets me there with someone.
It's like, sorry, it's part of. Well, how do you get home? I'll figure it out.
But yeah, talk about some of those matches. That is a crazy card.
Yeah. It's a crazy card. Okay, so starting off, we have one of the first round matches: Mercedes Martinez versus Killa Kate, who, by the way, just got married about a week or so ago. Congratulations. Alejandra, as we mentioned, versus Tessa Blanchard, another first round match. The Tonga Twins versus Fire and Fury, who, by the way, I didn't realize were on this show until Nova Phoenix threatened me earlier today to make sure I cheer for them. It's gonna be a long day. Izzy Moreno is defending against Tiffany Nieves, the woman she beat in the first place to win the belt.
She's defending the Mission Pro.
Tiffany Nieves, she's defending the Mission Pro belt, and actually Tiffany was on a mission just yesterday, talking with Angel and Mindrunner about the match.
Okay, so, and I don't know if you saw Izzy's promo for this match, but if everyone is calling what she does now, like her channeling Bayley. Then, like I said in the chat, that promo was channeling when Bayley decided to rip down the Bayley buddies and go full heel because Izzy was not playing in that promo, which she doesn't do very often. So like to see that. A lot of fire, no love lost, if you will, for those two. So, and
None
given where
whatsoever.
things left off, I know after that last match there was kind of a coming together, but is Thunder in the area? Is she going to be on? Well, it's Friday, so it's not even Collision. So
you're right. Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh,
Spotlight, not on a mission. Yeah. Thank you.
But I mean, you're metaphorically speaking on a mission to spread the word and
True.
spotlight the great things. Okay, I was just trying
to. Yeah. Yep.
Good try.
Next up is Holly Dead and Ray Lynn in another first round match.
Too.
So the first, Holly Dead. She's on the list of scary chicks that I'm very much attracted to. So she's so intimidating, but at the same time, man, that's hot. Anyway, another first round match: Maya World versus Rashay Chanel. Which, by the way, we're not sure which Rashay Chanel we're getting.
I saw that that little video.
Yeah, so I'm very interested in this because the funny part was I'm a huge Rashay Chanel fan, but never actually got to see her live in the baseball era. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen this Friday. I'm not going to lie, pretend like that's not one of the main driving forces why I wanted to go to this show. So, in a non-tournament match, the DFW All Pro Women's Championships on the line with Hudson Envy defending against London Dior, who will also be in San Antonio for the Rumble Royale RCW. A triple threat match for the Ladies Night Out Championship. Jasmine Lord defending against Kaya Dream and Vipress.
Speaking of reasons to go to the show, driving forces.
Yeah. And I think that's all that's announced for now. And honestly, that is a hell of a card on anyone's promotion. And VIP is putting this on. It's also going to be on title match, by the way, in case anyone wants to check it out.
I might have to try. Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to jump on that. Friday night, you said, right? Yeah.
Friday night, yeah. So I'm taking off Friday late morning, early afternoon to head out there. Got my ticket already. So.
Hey, but how'd you get it?
And I'll say this.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't. I paid anyway. But VIP has never not put on a great show. Like literally every show that they have is worth the money. So if you're in the area, they do still have second row available. It is at where? Hold on, let me pull it back up. I forgot to say where the actual event is. It is at the Haltom Theater in Halton City, Texas, 5601 Belknap Street. Meet and greet starts at 6:30. Doors open at 7:30. The show starts at 8.
Okay.
Like I say, Title Match Pro. For more information, ProWrestlingDallas.com. So you guys check it out. If you're in the DFW area, I strongly suggest you take yourself down to the Halton Theater. Check it out. It's also a great venue, by the way. The Halton Theater is a really cool venue. Great for wrestling. They got a cool atmosphere in there. Crowd's always a lot of fun. And like I said, I every single time I go to a VIP show, it's worth the drive, it's worth the money, it's worth the time it takes to get there and come back to San Antonio. I've never ever been to a bad VIP show, not a single time in all the time I've gone out there. And the only time I've ever been mad about VIP shows when I can't make them. So VIP they really care, like, because since they don't run all the time, when they run, it's a bit special occasion, and this is no different. So it's gonna be an amazing show. I firmly believe it's gonna be a great show.
Cool, man. Looking forward to you talking about next week. Give us a rundown of it. So
yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get some footage. See if I can
all right.
beg. I'll beg. I don't mind begging. I'm good with begging.
All right. Well, it's that time. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble.
One other thing real quick.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So Saturday here in town, before the Rumble in the early afternoon, 1 o'clock at 1 o'clock at Rolling Oaks Mall. The Wrestling Store is putting on a show. The Wrestling Store World Champion Denise Day is coming back to defend her title against the very evil Haley Danielle, who has been at the wrestling store for the last several of their Thursday shows, and they had another one. This one says though that it's in the parking lot, so I'm not exactly sure how that's working. Also, I haven't seen any other matches announced yet. That's the only I get it, but they seem to be just focusing on this wrestling show women's title match as like the big attraction. But as far as I do know, there are some other wrestlers supposed to be there, so other matches going on. I also don't know for sure if like you have to pay to be outside or if it's kind of just like a free show to come check out. Because I didn't say anything about tickets on the things, But
to be fair, the one match that did announce, I go for just I drive out there for just that.
And I am, and that's the plan. So, so if you're in the area, Jason, I know that's right around the corner from you. That's right. There's also at the same time a hybrid meet and greet from 1 to 3 at what was the brewery? There's a brewery.
Freetown, Pearl. Which one?
No, I'll look it up real quick. Anyways. It's a meet and greet. If there was going to be matches, I would have to debate this. But I've met and talked to. It's the usual stars of hybrid. It's Casey. It's I think Living in Fashion, and then there's also the Treat. So maybe some non-stars are showing up there. But it's a meet. Oh, David Teen, so not a star. Okay. But it's a meet and greet. Callie and Tita, all of them. So, I not that I wouldn't love to hang out with some of them.
Callie's more a black hole than a star.
I didn't say that. I didn't disagree with.
Oh no, I said
I didn't disagree with that,
but
I also didn't say it. So.
I said no. Don't worry. I'll make it clear. The thoughts that I just shared were not those of Countdown City WrestleCast or its affiliates. They were solely that of that guy Tommy and that guy Tommy alone.
There you go.
Callie and Tita, you're a black hole. You just suck all the joy and fun and goodness and light out of everything around you. Because you suck.
That just really twisted at the end.
Sorry,
Anyway, there's a meet and greet. I can't find it. Angel, if you find it, throw it in the chat, or Jason, or any of the other ones. And so same thing. Like normally, I wouldn't mind going to hang out with the friends, but there's not actual matches, and Denise Day is family, and Ray should be there too. So I'm gonna go check that out. But whichever one you're close to, there's wrestling stuff this weekend in town. And if you're lucky enough to drive out to Halston City with Tommy on Friday, have a blast.
Have a good time for sure.
There you go.
So
I know Angel will get mad at me for what I just said.
Yes, comments are coming.
Oh, there they come. Because you're old. Gosh, gosh. She can't spell right now. She's so upset.
All right. You guys ready to talk Rumble?
There we go.
All right.
Yep.
Royal Rumble. Finally, the road to WrestleMania starts. Officially 4 matches on the card. I don't know if they're going to add another one this Friday on SmackDown, but we'll see. So, we're going to talk about all of them. One thing I got to get used to these early pay-per-views on Saturdays, by the way. I'm still trying to get used to that as well.
It's a little weird.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't realize how early it started. But look. Okay, here's the one time the 4 or 5 match format makes sense. Sorry.
See if they add a 5th when we get to SmackDown this Friday. So, yeah.
This will be the one time. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I get that. I'm not mad at this for this event.
Birdie, I don't know if you mean me, Michael, or
the matches go an hour.
Sorry, good.
Well, anyway, we're gonna go through, make some predictions here. Go ahead if you're following us along. If you're watching us live or watching us after the fact, put your predictions along in the chat as well. And let's start with a 2 out of 3 falls match for the Tag Team Championships. Hashtag DIY defending against the Motor City Machine Guns. God, I love it. Is this the first time the Machine Guns have been on a pay-per-view since they joined WWE? I can't recall them being on another one.
I want to say yes, because they got the tag titles like immediately, but I don't think they ever defended.
What was the last one? I feel like they were on the last one, no?
I don't remember seeing them. So
maybe not.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think this is the first time they're being on since they signed with WWE. Unless they're on a pre-show here or there somewhere. I mean, yeah, so.
Well, I've never paid attention to the pre-show, so.
Well, Tina is picking DIY to retain on this. Mike, what about you?
I mean, I hate that the Guns won them so fast and then lost them so fast.
Yeah.
And I would love to see them get them back, but I don't know if they want. You know what? I don't care. I'm going to go with the heart. Motor City Machine Guns to win them back at the Rumble to get a big pay-per-view win for them.
All right. Tommy, what about you?
Yeah, Sam. I'm gonna go Motor City Machine Guns. I think I'm wrong, but I also don't care.
I'm going with them as well. It would be cool to see them get a pay-per-view win for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And no, they haven't been on a WWE pay-per-view
This
yet.
is kind of their big WWE pay-per-view debut, and it, of course, is the Rumble of all things, right? So.
Nice.
The WWE Championship ladder match for the actual WWE Championship and the Winged Eagle belt, which they have done a great job of putting this storyline together, I must say.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Tina's got Cody Rhodes. I've got Cody Rhodes. Anybody here thinking Kevin Owens is going to walk away with the belts?
I'm not gonna lie. Part of me just wants to see it because he's been so good.
Part of me does want to see it. I ain't gonna lie.
Good in this character. Like, it's crazy that him and McIntyre are hitting a lot of the same beats of their story, but they're doing it individually so well in their own. But like, basically, both of them are basically like justified heel a-holes. Because most of what they're saying is not wrong, if not all of what they're saying. And every time Owens has brought up like legitimate things against Cody, Cody's just like, stop living in the past. But they're not wrong. That being said, I do think it's going to be Cody. Also, the fact they legitimately allow that Winged Eagle belt to also be hung up so that you then have to win both of them is hilarious. And I do love that too. Too funny.
Do you think there's a scenario where they both go up for the championship and they both grab their respective belts rather than...
What if they grab the other belts? What if Cody grabs the Winged Eagle?
That would be hilarious, actually.
And then, because I feel like if they switch, then all of a sudden Kevin would be like, that belt wasn't real. That belt wasn't real. I just made it up, and like do the whole thing to like legitimize his.
Yeah.
Also, Angel, I picked Kevin too, as is... Oh, Jason also wishes he would pick it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of Kevin Steen days of ROH.
Well, she's just mad about what I said about Callie and Tita, which I'm not. I don't regret.
I believe
but you know.
So is your official pick, Mike? Cody?
It's Cody. It's Cody.
All right.
Yeah, same here. It's Cody.
I'm just saying, I would really love to see it.
It will be funny. It will be hilarious if Kevin won.
All right. Women's Royal Rumble match quite possibly could start the night off too, potentially. So far, 10 of the 30 entrants have been announced. Nia Jax, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, and Io Sky. What you guys are going to be predicting here is who you think is going to win and who you think the biggest surprise entrant is going to be in this match. Tina is picking Charlotte Flair to win. Her surprise entrant is AJ Lee. Which, if you I think there was like a quick interview with CM Punk or something backstage from Monday, and they asked him who he want to be a surprise in the women's. He's like, I'd like to say it, but I might get in trouble. If he puts the name out there, he has to deal with his wife at home, obviously. So, but Tina's really hoping AJ Lee. So, yeah.
I was going to say it's because he's always going after those NXT women, but no.
Right.
Damn.
Tommy, what are you thinking?
As a random name to throw out there, I would like to see Naomi win.
Okay.
Because honestly, for this one, I don't know who's going to win it. I really don't. Surprise entrant. This one, I kind of want to say Jordan Grace, but I don't think that would be a surprise.
I will add one thing to that. So I saw a post of hers where some crap wrestling site I've never heard of said 100% confirmed Jordan Grace will be at the Rumble. And then Jordan Grace shared a plane ticket and said, I'm 100% throwing my mom her 50th birthday party this weekend in Texas. because she lives like near the Austin area.
Yeah.
So could be one of those
okay.
things to throw people off, but yeah, maybe not.
Okay, so if not her, I guess. But this doesn't shock either. I'm just gonna guess Roxanne will be there because I was gonna throw Bailey out.
Okay. I'm kind of expecting that too.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think I don't know enough about this one right now to really make a guess as to who's going to be in it. So
Okay. But you think Naomi's going to win?
I think
Okay.
Naomi's going to win, though.
Mike, what about you?
Watch your
Right.
one.
This is a tough one.
It is a
So,
tough one. It's a very tough
I'm going to
one.
throw my surprise entrance out first, and only because I've also heard rumblings of this.
Mhm.
Trish Stratus returning again to be in this. I've heard rumblings of. So I'm going to go with her. I mean, if her and AJ Lee show up, I guess AJ Lee would be a bigger surprise, obviously.
Right.
But I still think Trish has a chance to be in this. But honestly, beyond that, who wins this is not easy for me because I know there's talk of Charlotte Flair comes back. I cannot, in good conscience, pick Charlotte Flair to immediately come back and win this. I just can't do it. But with Tiff and Rhea, like both of those obviously would have also been names that I might have chosen to win had they not been champs. So at this point, I think I'm going to go with not a like crazy pick, but something that would have a good match with either, and that's Bianca Belair.
Okay. Sean says Jade Cargill. Ooh. Is she healthy?
Depends. Yeah, that's the thing. It depends on if those injury stories were true or not, and what the plan is.
Yeah. Jason says EO.
That would be.
That's. I mean, that's another definite one.
Yeah.
Bernsey says his surprise is Becky. There's also rumors of that I've heard.
That's okay.
My surprise. I've said it from the jump for the last few weeks. Please, dear God, let it be Gail Kim just one time. You know.
That's also why I didn't
Yeah.
say Gail Kim because you're already gonna take
My
it, so
pick,
like, yeah.
Raquel Rodriguez. Because I really
That's
think
a good
her,
pick.
Cool.
I think her versus
That is a
Rhea
good pick.
Ripley would headline an amazing WrestleMania night. So
Yeah.
And I would also say Raquel because she's been through so much
Yeah.
the past couple of years, just trying to like every time she almost makes it like her medical
Right,
condition
yeah.
flares up and just like knocks her down,
It
which
does.
sucks. It's like I'm not saying that to say like she's just getting it. No, it's just like because it sucks. It's like she's human like the rest of us. You know, she's got this thing that unfortunately just kind of flares up whenever it wants to, and you know she has to keep fighting through it. And God bless her, she keeps fighting through it. So I would think that would be cool as like you said, it'd be a great match. Also, yeah, like give the kid a win. Give the kid a win.
really would love to see it. I think she's due. I think that like you mentioned, the medical stuff has really kind of pushed back any kind of buildup she was getting. But there could be the whole Raquel Liv storyline, like jealousy storyline in here,
Yeah.
building up to it, and then
True.
it leads into possibly Raquel and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. So I think that would be pretty
Yeah.
awesome. So
Which would also further the Judgment Day break.
Yeah.
Coming. Anyway.
all right, let's see what else people are saying. Tatum, please surprise me is what Angel says.
So, yeah. So we were talking. They're talking about some NXT names. Apparently, Tatum liked their story. That's cool.
Yeah.
And he said it's fate.
Other things, I do expect Roxanne Perez to show up and be eliminating Bailey. That seems to be setting up, for them
Yes.
to
Well,
wrestle.
I think they're in a triple. Has it already been announced, or did I see that that's the plan? I thought there was a triple threat of Julia, Roxanne, and Bailey at the next NXT show, pay-per-view, whatever.
Could happen, but I mean,
Double check that. Also, Sean's got another good surprise entrance of someone who may be
Next.
coming back soon.
yeah, that is another one that I think could be appearing.
There were some
Obviously,
reports apparently about the contract, but I don't know.
I heard
But
that too.
it still would be a good one if it happens.
it's due, right?
And
so-
under what persona? Is it just Alexa Bliss? Is it back connected to the Wyatt Six, which has been rumored for a long time?
I heard that was the issue though. That's why she's not back already because it was.
Oh, I heard it was because she wanted to re-sign a bigger contract. They just wanted to bring her on to the one she's already on. That's what I had read.
Oh,
So
They're
again,
trying to
it's
say that she's still in her contract because she had to take the leave because of her pregnancy and everything. Yeah.
yeah.
oh, and yes, at NXT Vengeance Day, it's Julia
Right,
defending
yeah?
against Bayley and
Okay.
Roxanne.
Okay.
Yeah. You're
Also,
right.
real quick question: since we're talking about the Women's Rumble and NXT, percentage chance of Ren Sinclair being thrown in there?
I say
Please
it's pretty
God,
good.
yes.
You have
Please
you
God,
always have
yes.
that one big NXT talent that gets in there, and I think Red Sinclair's earned that this year for sure.
Make it to the Final Four by accident.
As far as your question on Alexa Bliss, I think coming out with the actual just Alexa Bliss gimmick with the music, that's going to get a pop from the crowd more than anything. I think that's why it makes sense for her to come back. If you want to work that back into the whole Wyatt 6 gimmick, maybe if she's staying on TV after that, you start working that in after that too.
Gotcha.
So, but
look, me and Ted on the same wavelength. Sorry, good.
Yeah, right. I think it's very good. I would say 75% chance Red is in this Rumble. At some point.
Wow.
So, yeah. All right.
I think it's pretty high too.
Sean says
There you
80.
go.
I like you guys. I was less confident, but I like that.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident she'll be like the NXT representative. They always have that one, right? And because
I think they might have more than one, honestly, this time. So
yeah, and
I think they'll have a handful.
True. Yeah,
I'm at a point where I'm not considering Roxanne Perez an NXT rep. I'm pretty sure she's considered
right.
Yeah, so.
I think this story with Bayley and Julia, I don't think she's going to win the title again. I think they're Bayley's kind of getting her ready, and then
after Vengeance Day to SmackDown
with the sword, like you have to,
yeah,
or the dagger.
Yes, she has to bring the dragon dagger with her.
Oh.
She has to ride in on the dragon.
Tommy, as if I didn't love you enough.
That would that would make me never able to boo her ever again.
You'd basically be Booker T at that point.
Yeah, it's like she rode on the dragon sword. She killed 3 people. What did they do?
All right, Men's Royal Rumble. Same thing. Pick and surprise. Tina is picking Roman Reigns, but would absolutely love to see Dominic Mysterio win it just to piss people off. Yeah.
That would be the greatest Rumble win ever.
Oh my God. So what y'all just kind of said about Ren getting to the 4th by accident, him winning by accident, or like really not? Oh my God, that would be
What if
amazing.
it's like Punk and Cena are the last 2? And they eliminate each other. Everyone thinks that you have to start it over, like it did the year Batista and Cena went over, and Dominic rolls back in like he's been knocked out to the middle rope, and then hey, they ring the bell. They're like, what just happened? Dominic was never eliminated.
Oh,
He got thrown out.
that would be so good.
That would be wild.
That would be the greatest thing. I would give WWE all the props in the world if they did.
100%.
I would be like, nope, sorry guys, that was the best booking I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wrestlers announced for this so far. Half of the 30 entrants have been announced. LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, and Carmelo Hayes. Maybe Jake Paul will jump in and throw his brother out because I think they've been booked for a fight against each other or something. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Supposedly, I don't know if that's true or not, but there's some.
So could Jake not find any other retired 60-year-old people to box? Or?
I guess not. I don't know if that's real or not.
Who would willingly take it?
I don't know if it's real or not, but it's it's too soon, guys. But anyway, Tina's surprise entrant is Pat McAfee.
That makes sense.
Which, to be honest with you, I could see it's in Indianapolis. The Rumble's in Indianapolis. That's Pat McAfee's hometown now. He played for years there with the Indianapolis Colts. And I wouldn't doubt it if he gets involved in the Rumble and throws out either Dominic Mysterio or another surprise entrant. Would be Corey Graves coming in and throwing out Pat McAfee. Just throwing that idea out there. So
that's that. Ever since you said it, I've been thinking about that. So
Mike.
Bernsey
pick to win by surprise and say his name.
That's a good pick for both of them.
Yep. Mike, what about you?
It is. Much in the same way, I can't pick a Charlotte win in the women's, even though a lot of people say it's a strong possibility. I can't pick a John Cena win in the Rumble either for pretty much the same reason. I like the Rumble to be used to elevate someone or to to have that story that's been going on, and you know, Cena returning is not on the top of my list of those things, or his retirement tour or whatever. So this is so incredibly difficult. I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Really?
I think some things may change champion wise before WrestleMania, or maybe
okay.
not. Yeah, I think. I mean, I know it's a little bit of an out there pick, but also he's been the workhorse for them for so long, and he talked about. I don't know. There's something about when he said, "Imagine if I go to win and go to WrestleMania and take the belt from Cody Rhodes that I gave my body to help him win."
Mm-hmm.
And I just love something about that story right there. And my surprise is not really a surprise because it's what most people are saying. It's Joe Hendry. They've talked about that since like August or September about that possibility. Like, again, just do it. He's over.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Everyone's saying Joe Hendry. Jason says surprise entrance. Corey Graves and Joe Hendry.
Angel.
Come on.
So, like,
Angel.
if you can't see him, like, is he there right now and you just don't know because you can't see him, or?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, what she said just now, my dad is John Cena. There is an infamous story in my family about I won't say who. Someone in my family, when they were a social worker, had a kid who claimed John Cena was their dad.
I mean, we don't know.
And got into a fight.
I don't know how he got around.
But when my family member asked this kid, "Is John Cena your dad?" He said no, but they should have believed him.
Okay, well, that's good.
You got I'll tell you guys off camera who it is and everything, but like it's an infamous story in my family because, and the reason why it's so infamous is because it looks like Christmas or Thanksgiving or something, and I woke up to hear my family talking about John Cena, and I wasn't even in the room. I was like, what level of things happened in a row that got to this conversation? I must get up and find out. So.
All right.
Wow, I can hear him. I just can't see him.
Oh, Lord. Tommy, what are your picks for the Men's Rumble?
Okay. Surprise pick. I think everyone kind of said everyone that I was thinking, but God, I can't pick Punk or Cena, man, because
Matt Riddle.
I just
No.
Wow. Okay. My pick to win it is going to be Jey Uso. I've been saying that, and I'm sorry. They've been screwing with us so much. I'm picking Jey Uso. Surprise entrant. I don't know. What are Ricky Starks or Ray Phoenix doing right
now? Mostly complaining about the treatment of AEW, sadly, but
yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know. Maybe their contracts are going to be up, and then
sorry, I just read this last
Get Angel. You know what? You know what would be funny if I since he's not under contract anymore, if Baron Corbin just showed up randomly just for the Rumble and left. That him? Oh, ooh! No, I take it all back. Matt Cardona.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes. Matt Cardona. That's who I would pick. Not Zack Ryder.
No, I'm down with that. But can we get some custom-made music where it starts radio and then cuts off? Like, always ready or whatever.
That would be
be cool.
Yeah, no. But then he would come out like in almost Zack Ryder tights and like rip him off and just flip
that would
off
be
the
awesome.
ground. So. Yeah, no,
I like it.
I
like it.
That's my surprise.
Surprise entrant. I'm pretty sure it'll be Joe Hendry, but there is one other name that T and I were throwing around that we could very easily see a surprise, and whether it's Alistair or Malachi, it's Alistair Black, Malachi Black. I'm not sure what persona he would if he comes back to WWE. His contract is up with AEW, so
I thought I heard it wasn't going to be up in time for this weekend.
I thought it was already.
Maybe I don't know. I thought I heard. But if it is,
that'd be pretty cool.
Is,
so very good possibility that T and I have been throwing that name out there. Pick
Jason
to
had a
win,
good
and
idea.
this
Had a
was
good
this
one.
is so. I love this. It's so hard to think who is going to win this Rumble. I'm gonna go with
Sure.
Braun Breaker.
Oh,
Oh,
That
that'd
would
be
be
different.
as much as he's been pushed in NXT, as much as he's been pushed as he got on Raw.
Well-
You want to see him and Gunther for the championship at Mania?
To be fair, if he wins, it's because he did a spear so hard he knocked everyone off the apron after they got thrown over the top rope. Not because he hit them, but because he hit the ring. He hit the ring so hard, dude. I'll never get over that. I've never seen nobody move the ring from trying to do a spear. I was like, what the hell, bro?
yeah.
So I could see that being I could see him in the final four, and I think at the very
Yeah.
least,
I could
and
see him in
I
the
would
final
love
four.
to see him win it. Kind of like the next big young star.
Him, Cena, Punk, and Dominic.
Any combination where Dominic is the fourth is just great.
But what if he wins? What if he
Even better.
If Dominic Mysterio wins, that'll be the first day I will be happy to be on Twitter because of the amount of hatred that will be there. The IWC would lose their crap, and I
So-
would love it.
The question literally becomes, is WWE so big and powerful at the moment that they could survive a Dominic Mysterio Rumble win?
Yeah.
Yes, because that is the single greatest thing that everyone would hate at the exact same time, and I would love
See,
it.
I'm not even loving.
I'd
I'm not
laugh
even
all
loving.
day.
I don't give a shit about the people that would whine online. Like, just as a storyline, him being so dumbfounded by winning, like, it would just be great. Because honestly, he is such an amazing character. He has been for at least the last year plus. It would be great TV. It would be so much fun.
I would love it because he wouldn't even be able to have a victory speech. He wouldn't be
No.
able to talk. He would come out to the crowd, grab the microphone. You know what I won the woo.
Okay.
Imagine
I'm
the
gonna
crowd
try
at
to
Lucas Oil
boo.
booing the crap
You-
out of that. And that's how Rumble will go off the air.
But this time, unlike when Roman won it, it'd be.
You know how,
emotional.
like, back in the 80s, they always used to say, like, the crowd's so loud they're going to blow the roof off this place? If they did
Yeah.
a Dominic Mysterio and New Day segment at the same time, could they literally blow the roof off an arena?
Only if you had Vicky Guerrero somehow in there.
Oh, God. That's nuclear.
Only if when they're in the ring, they all grab mics and
That's
try to
just Los
touch
Alamos
each
at that
other.
point. So,
Fair enough.
Oh, fun
Fair
times.
enough.
I would look forward to this every year. It's always a blast to see surprises, things like that.
I can't wait. Oh my god. Oh man, now I've never wanted something more than to see
We're
Dominic
able to get
Mysterio
together
win
to see
the
this.
Royal
We might
Rumble.
do a live reaction. We'll see how we feel about it. So,
oh, yeah, we'll see what's going on.
yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, the Royal Rumble Saturday, February 1st, 5 p.m. Central Time. 5, yes, early. Pre-show probably starting at 4. Taking place at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana, home of the Indianapolis Colts and the NFL Combine, all that stuff. And it is going to be broadcast on Peacock. So,
Nice.
Peacock domestically, I think pretty much Netflix everywhere else. So, all right. With that, let's move into our 1-minute warning segment here. Mike, do you have something this week?
I do, but before I get to that, I wanted to go back to clarify some information from earlier in the show.
Sure.
The hybrid meet and greet on Saturday is at Breakaway Brewing Company on East Grayson, 1518 East Grayson, downtown San Antonio. So 1 to 3, Casey, The Treats, I think Living in Fashion. I think K Jackson, Hit are going to be there. So, but like basically most of the main people you see at the shows.
So stars and other
Yeah.
people. Got it.
Exactly, like we said earlier. But yeah, just to clarify the name of the brewery it's going to be at. So
All right.
then my
Go for it,
1 minute
Mike.
warning
Go for
is
it.
literally just a continuation of what we were just talking about, because I have never enjoyed a fact so much that this Rumble has so many legitimate potential winners, people that could win and it wouldn't be a shock, you wouldn't be mad. There's legitimate story behind them winning and going after a title. It is ridiculous how many Cena, Punk, Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens in it also? Probably not because he's in the title
No,
match.
he's in the title match. So no.
Braun
Yeah.
Breaker, Jey Uso, So many people that have a legitimate shot that, again, it wouldn't be like a shock. It wouldn't be some sort of like, where did that come from? They're legitimately top people. There's storylines going on that would make sense for them. Like, it is pretty awesome. The women's has a similar thing going on, just because with their stories right now, there's no one who's kind of like the golden child who's leading. Like, it was Tiffany and it was kind of Chelsea, but Tiffany's the champ and Chelsea's got her U.S. title now. Also, rumors kind of not connected, but kind of connected, of the Iconics coming in to be part of her stable with the Viper, Piper Niven. So if that, I would over the top, because I have missed those two so much. Their comedy and their time in WWE was one of the greatest things WWE ever did.
You gotta be joking!
I still go back and watch those little clips sometimes because they are so damn funny. And the way, like, what's her name? Was it Kathy Kelly or what's her?
Hey, Kayla.
Kayla Braxton.
Kayla.
Yeah.
The way she just immediately breaks like can't stop, is cracking up the whole time. But yeah, like, wrestling's really cool right now, man. And this Rumble should be incredibly fun. If you're betting on it, good luck.
Good luck. Oh my God, I forgot to look
right.
up the betting odds. I'll look up that in a second. Actually.
Yeah.
So, Tommy, you got something this
Joking
week?
me. Actually, I don't think I do. I think I'm just getting ready for this coming weekend. Just between Friday, then Saturday, and maybe I'll just sleep a lot on Sunday probably.
Okay. Well,
Hey, Kyle. Hey, Kyle.
I found some of the betting odds, but I'll see if I can find the full set in a minute. Full betting odds. Third time. Okay, I'll go over those in a second. For me, my 1 minute warning, I, as excited as I am about this Royal Rumble, I'm a little mad about what's going to be taking place for the Rumble next year. Because if you guys haven't seen the announcement by now,
Thanks
Royal
for
Rumble,
bringing me down, but I'm sorry.
I know, Royal Rumble 2026 is going to be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I'm sorry, Puerto Rico should have this first. I've been saying it since they had backlash there. Look, I get the crowd's hype and everything like that. I don't know if they're going to be fully ready to have Rumble, what the stakes are for this kind of show. Plus, it's going to be a Rumble at freaking noon Central Time, our time, because it is going to be in Saudi Arabia when you think about it. But I said it ever since Backlash was in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The Royal Rumble needs to be there. That is a crowd that you want. The drone shots, the hype that they got for everything that's going on there. Puerto Rico needs a Royal Rumble, and obviously it's not happening in 2026, but it better happen in 2027 for sure. So,
Yeah.
4-hour pre-show. Yeah, exactly, Sean.
4 hours. Hilarious.
All right, let me share my screen with everybody here, and we'll just kind of talk through some of these betting odds real quick for the Rumble.
Okay.
Usually I do that every year, but I completely forgot. I'll see if you guys can see this, but starting with let's start with the women's match.
Sorry,
the Vegas odds favorite right now is Charlotte Flair 1-2. So if you bet some money on Charlotte Flair, you'd actually lose money if she does win either way. So these are not in any sort of betting order. Bianca Belair 7-4, Io 13-2. Let's see here. Jordan Grace is in there 33-1.
I'm not surprised.
Tiffany
Is there
Stratton.
any 33 1/3 or?
Nice try. Ronda Rousey 6-1. Bailey 100-1. Really? Wow.
Wow.
Brie Bella, Candice LeRae, a lot of 100-1s here. Julia, Kyrie Sane. Yeah. Again, this is Vegas. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're knowing that people are going to be in it. My pick 100-1. Shoot, I might. If anybody go to Vegas anytime soon, let's do it. Let's go. Yeah. I'll put a $10 down to make some money off of this for sure. So, Trish 100-1 there on the surprise pick.
Like, go back up to the top.
Yeah.
Like, why do they do some of these like 7-4, 13-2? Like, why is everything not just out of one?
Because then you do like decimals out of.
I know, but like as a teacher, apparently no one knows how to do decimals and fractions.
You're
So
making
like you got to
it
keep it
easy. Yeah,
simple.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Maybe they're like 7 to 4. Does that sound good? Does it sound bad? You don't know, do you? Bet the money.
That's exactly what they do.
On the men's side, favorite is John Cena, 1-1 odds.
And his name is John
Basically,
Cena.
gets the money
Okay.
back if he wins. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Can I say this? After it does work really well on that, unfortunately.
It does actually.
After that great 1 minute warning I just gave, the face I'm gonna make if John Cena wins this thing.
Will it be like with the face that JC made when John Cena debuted when it came out on his number? We were at his house.
Oh yeah, that was okay.
I think about that so much.
There were several faces for several numbers we got over the years of doing that. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Any other? The Rock 8-1, Punk 3-2,
Dear
Rollins
God.
4. Yeah. No.
Now The Rock is just going to show up to say that actually his odds should be better, and actually it was his idea to bring Cena back, and actually every storyline that's happened that's good is his idea. So
Jacob Fatu 50-1. I'm pretty sure Jacob Fatu is going to be the guy that's.
We
like
didn't even
eliminating-
mention him.
He's going to be eliminating everybody. You know, he's going to be that guy that has like 10, 15 eliminations. Or
So
whatever. Yeah.
is
Solo
Solo out with an injury? Or did he just go away
I
for a
know.
while? I feel like he stepped
I think
away
he
after
went away
the
for a
tribal combat, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, he showed up on SmackDown again, but then just kind of
Okay,
quietly
because
left.
I was thinking like if they were both in there, would they have done the story where like Jacob throws out a bunch of people and then Solo tells him to throw himself out and he like questions it finally, but maybe not. So yeah,
We'll see.
Dirty Dom Mysterio 100-1. Throwing that out
do
there.
it,
Yeah.
do it.
Do it, you cowards. Do it, you cowards.
AJ Styles 150-1. Triple H 100-1. Steve Austin 100-1. Solo 100-1. Some of these other ones here. Geez. Jake Paul 200-1.
That's
Jimmy
God,
Uso
no.
200-1.
Sorry.
Karrion Kross 200-1. Obafemi, Pete Dunne, Tomatonga, The Miz, Trick Williams, Xavier Woods.
I mean, honestly, I would put Obafemi at a better percent than some of those guys.
I would actually put Obafemi way higher than that.
You know,
if
could
it
he
was
be
it.
the surprise NXT entrant?
Definitely.
Yeah.
If he does, and we get a face
That's
between him and
God. We
Jacob,
are on the same page.
Ooh, boy.
Because I was
Dude.
like, because I was going to say we got the Jacobs, Braun
Strowman.
Breaker.
Braun
No,
Breakers.
well, both. I was going to say both. I couldn't
you
think of the
know
right
what? You're
Braun
right.
because I was thinking of both of them. But yes, we got a Braun Breaker tease a while back, and then we had the Braun Strowman stuff. But him and Oba, that tease, that would be pretty interesting. I would love to see that, even if it's not the Rumble, somewhere else. That would be really cool.
Well, now they're working with TNA. We need to have a Monsters Ball between Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like PCO would be involved in any of that, but
Yeah, sure, we saw that.
I guess we
yeah.
kind of forgot to mention that, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not happening.
unfortunately.
Sad.
All right. Well, once again, the Rumble Saturday, February 1st, 5 p.m. Central Time. Pre-show at
Ooh, Trick
4.
Williams would be fun.
Yeah, it'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
cool with Trick Williams.
That would be
Whoa,
pretty cool.
that trick. Yeet.
Yeah.
Whoa, that-
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
him and Jey Uso at the same
Yeah.
time would be.
Yeah.
The crowd would love that.
Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis, Indiana. Available on Peacock if you watch. Yeah.
So, what'd y'all say that the pre-show starts at like 5 a.m. and it's like 12 hours or something?
Could have. Well, if it's Saudi Arabia, for sure it would.
Yeah,
I imagine it's a 1 hour, maybe a 2 hour or something.
Oh,
You know
Chuck,
what?
Oh,
Boy,
that
with my
would
heart.
be awesome.
He works backstage with him. If they allowed him to come out and
If they allowed him to do that just one time, just one more time, God, I love Abyss.
with the music.
Yes.
Oh,
Now that they're working with TNA, you got to have it. Oh, one of the
you want to
coolest
talk
guys,
about
too.
6 to midnight?
He's one of the
No-
coolest.
no
dudes,
shame,
man.
yeah.
Abyss has always been one of my favorites, and out of the ring too. After like meeting him a couple times, he's like,
Yes.
his run in RCW was legendary.
Yes. Why is it that like some cool normal people have some of the craziest gimmicks?
Dude, Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Dude is one of the most office nut people of all time. Nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you tap
Crazy.
into. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next week, Bronson Reed. I think he's still nursing that really bad injury.
Yeah, he's going to be out. Yeah, no, I wish.
Yeah,
Oh, wish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, next week we'll recap the Royal Rumble. Excuse me. Tommy will give us a rundown of his trip to Dallas as well.
Hi.
For that event, and I don't know if there's any events locally next week, but in a couple weeks there is for Valentine's weekend. So, yeah.
There's a Corpus show on the 7th I might be going to. We'll talk about the next week if I do.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for watching us this week. 2 more days of the week, and it's February 1st. Not only does the calendar turn, but it's also the Royal Rumble. It's the road to WrestleMania begins.
We're already out of January.
It's wild, right?
Time just does not stop. Anyway.
Yeah. January's been the longest year, I'll tell you. Over here, we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. As always, heels and baby faces. Remember, pro wrestling is real.
Are fake. Drop it.
Someone's birthday is next week.